Okay guys, welcome back to yet another guide on Rumbleverse. Alright, now in today's video we're actually going to do a guide on movement. Alright, and we're going to be doing some really advanced stuff here. This movement will help you to be more invincible when you're playing the game, and when I say that I mean that if you're pursuing someone, you will be able to get them when they try to traverse to certain areas, or even if you're being chased. Alright, people won't be able to get you with this. If they don't know this type of movement, you will get away every time. You probably will even be able to eat and regenerate your health in front of them. Alright, based on you taking high ground really easy and other things like that. Alright, so I have 10 tips that we're going to go over, but first we're going to be going through the basic stuff really quickly. Alright, so first, everyone knows that you can walk, you can dash. Alright, and you have dash jumping, which is this. Then you have jumping, and you have jumping, and then you have boost jumping. Alright, it's basically some really easy stuff. Now those are the basics, and then we have climbing. Let's see, we have climbing, regular climb, and then we have jump climbing. Alright, really easy stuff. So now we're going to start off our first lesson, and we're going to talk about super jumping. Alright, we're going to do super jumps, and we're going to do it in different areas just to demonstrate how it works. Alright, Alright, so we're going to use this bridge here for an example. Okay, so let's say you want to get on top of it. First of all, most people would have to try and use a vehicle. They would have to jump on the vehicle and then they would come up. Alright, sometimes you even go like in the wrong direction when you're trying to come up here, and you fall over here and then you want to try again. Alright, now you don't have to use the vehicle at all. Alright, so first of all, you have jumping, you have boost jumping, which doesn't go that high, but when you learn how to do super jump, and super jumping is basically you inputting the jump and doing the air dodge at the same time. Alright, and this will actually take you really high. You see that? And if you do it perfectly, you can actually go all the way up there. Alright, like that. So that's super jumping. Alright guys, you can use it in a variety of areas. You can use it to take high ground here. People, if you're being chased, the other person would probably have to like come over here, get on a vehicle, then come up. By the time they do that, you're already taking your second bite in the chicken to get max HP. Alright, that's if you have a full turkey. Alright, you can even use it down here. Let's say you want to get in this tree. Alright, you can do that, and that's basically how super jump work. It's very useful in different areas, and I'll actually go around and show you in a few other areas as well. So let's say for example you're here around at the apartments near the park. Alright, you're being chased and you want to go on the road up here. All you need to do is just do your super jump. You're actually going to get height really fast, but depending on where you do it, you can actually go all the way on the road. Alright, like that, right? And they would have to like turn around, they would have to run and get this car to chase you. Alright, and that takes a really long time, and the car doesn't even take you all the way up there. As you can see, they still have to like climb. Alright, and like I said, super jumping is really effective. Let's say we do it here. I believe you can actually go all the way on the road from here. See that? And people would have to run around. If they don't know, if they're like bots, they would have to run around, they would have to jump on cars and so on to get up. Alright, or they don't even have to be bots, they just might not know this movement. Alright, next the circle is about to close in the park. Alright, and you want to get on top of the trees. Super jump again, easy. Alright, you can get on top of basically any tree down here by using the super jump. Alright, and I don't think I have to demonstrate anything more. It's really effective. Learn this, and like I said, all you need to do is input your jump and then dodge at the same time when you're jumping. It works with the first jump, which would be this one, and it also works with this one. That was the boost jumping into the super jump. All right. And in some cases, like if you do input it correctly, you can go all the way on top of the trees, or depending on how tall the tree is, you can go on directly on top of the trees, eat a piece of chicken. And if someone is chasing you, they would probably have to like do the regular jump like this. They would miss, then they would decide to come and climb here to get up there. All right, that's a waste of time. So on to our next lesson. Alright, so that was super jump in its base form. That's just using your normal jump. Now you can actually super jump off vehicles as well. Alright, vehicles and bounceable surfaces. Let's say for example like that. And I'll give you a really good example on this. Alright, so this is a regular jump on a car. Alright, this is, I believe this is, no, you can't boost jump off it. Oh yeah, that's a boost jump off the car. Alright, and this is a super jump off the car. You see how high that takes you? And even if you're using this, you can super jump off bounceable surfaces as well. Alright, like vehicles. I'm actually going to give you a really good example, so just give me a sec. So super jumping can even take you to some places that you wouldn't normally go. Let's say for example on this light post right here. Say the circle is closing, it's closing right here in the middle. There's actually, this building's out, all right, and this is a part of this is actually in the circle. You can actually come up here, all right, and usually, yeah, you'll have, you know, some dumbass like bouncing on the car with their elbow or something. But like I said, if everyone is fighting in the last circle, you can actually like use your super jump to get up here. You can't do it with a regular jump, all right, but you can do it with a super jump. See that? Alright, next example. Let's say you want to get on top of this temple. Alright, now check, you can actually super jump off these as well. Now watch this. This is if you use it normally. Alright, you see how far that takes me? Now watch me as I do it again. Let's get stamina. Now this is super jumping to the temple. You see that? That's how far you go. Alright, now give me a second, I'll give you one more example. Okay, so now I'm sure everyone knows Town Hall, right? This is where they have the statue of the founding father of this game and everything. Alright, now if you want to get on top of this building, right, look at this. So that takes you here. Alright, let me show you how fast you can go up with super jump. Watch this. Oh wait, I messed it up. Give me a sec. You see that? Alright, watch this again. So you want to go up there. Alright, I'm pretty sure that most people who bounce usually hit the arm right here, and then they would climb from here. And you know, normal climb, they'll probably run out of stamina or something. Alright, let me show you how you get up there. Now if you use your super jump here, see that? And then you can just go up for free. Alright, so that's basically our second lesson over, guys. That's super jumping. Alright, off surfaces, off bouncy surfaces, off vehicles, and off bounce pads. Alright. Alright, so our third tip is actually going to be a super wall bounce. Alright, so this is a regular wall bounce. You all know it. You can probably use this. This is a super wall bounce. Alright, you can actually use it and get on top of here, possibly, if you want to. And it's just about just hitting the wall and then bouncing at the correct time. Alright, with the super jump. And you can get up here. Alright, now this can be used to escape someone. If they're chasing you, you can probably just bounce over their heads, go and hide, or go somewhere else, right? Usually if they can't do it, they would probably just start climbing to chase you or something like that. But there's also another use for it that I will explain a little bit later. Alright, and it has to do with climbing the wall. Alright, so that was super wall bounce. Alright guys, so our next tip is going to talk about using your air dodge to get horizontal distance. Alright, now if you're jumping across to a building, usually like if the building is too far, you're going to fall, and you probably have to grab onto somewhere, or if it's really far like and you fall on the road, you're going to get a really ugly animation. It's going to slow you down. If you're being chased, you're going to get caught up. People are going to catch you. They're going to like kill you. So if you're jumping across the area, you can actually use your air dodge to get more distance. Alright, like this. It's a very common technique and you guys should use it. Alright, because it's actually really good. Alright, I was out of stamina, but you get the idea. So use your air dodge to get more horizontal distance when jumping across certain buildings. Alright, sometimes if the building is too far, your air dodge will give you a little bit more distance and you will be able to grab on, or you will be able to catch the top or something. Alright, so that was using air dodge for horizontal distance. Okay, so earlier I mentioned using a super wall bounce, alright, but there's actually a normal wall bounce that can get you to height without using too much stamina, alright, and this is what it looks like. Alright, that's your regular wall bounce, and it's not really like viable everywhere on the map, but wherever you see these areas where you can climb up for free without using that much stamina, it would be good, especially like if there's an enemy up here. When you get here, you won't have to like block to recharge your stamina. You will be able to fight them immediately. Alright, and that's just a regular wall bounce like that. It's very effective. You guys should use it more often, especially like, and you should go around the city and learn the different areas where you can use it and where you can't. Alright, okay, so this might be the most difficult tech that you will learn in this video, and it's how to use your super wall bounce to climb walls. Alright, it has its uses. It can be effective, and in some cases I think it might be faster, but it's actually really difficult. Alright, so let's say we want to climb this wall. Alright, if we're going up, right, we can do this, and that's using your super wall bounce to actually climb walls. Now as you can see, it takes a lot of stamina, and I wouldn't really recommend it in most cases, but depending on how high the wall is, it can be effective, especially if you're being chased. I believe it can be effective to get away from someone. Alright, so let me just explain real quickly how it's done. So let's say you hold on to the ledge. Alright, now to perform the super wall bounce climb, you have to let go of the ledge, and then you have to bounce off it and dodge at the same time going up. Alright, it is a little technical, but I believe that if you practice for 5 or 10 minutes, you will get this. Alright, so it's going to look like this. Alright, you can learn it. It's like I said, it's a little technical. It's going to take a little time, but be patient. You will catch it. And that's using the super wall bounce to climb walls. Like I said, it's not practical on every wall, so be careful with how you use it, but it is really effective in some cases. Alright, so that was using the super wall bounce to climb walls. Alright guys, alright guys, so this is a somewhat important lesson about fall damage. Alright, now there is a mechanic in this game where it's basically fall damage, where if you fall off height, you're going to get a really ugly animation. Alright, your character is going to go to this really ugly animation, and if you actually fall much farther than that, you're going to be winded. You're going to lose all of your stamina, and then you have to blow air in your body to actually get back your shape. Alright, like that. I didn't fall from high enough, but there is a animation where you would blow, the character would blow air in their bodies to get back their shape. All right, now to get off height, there is a really effective way to do it, and that's basically using bounceable surfaces. If you use bounceable surfaces, you won't get that animation at all. You're just going to like fall normally on the ground. All right, and this is a really good way to get off height, especially like when you're looting, you want to go around. You fall, and then if there's a person there, right, let's say you just do it normally, you jump off, you fall, you get that animation. If there's a person there, they can kill you for free. All right, if they don't get to attack you immediately, you are forced to block because you have to get back your stamina, because in this game you can't fight without stamina. All right, so this is a really effective way to get off height, and you guys should like think about more ways to do it. Like when you're around the city, like look for areas that has bounceable surfaces. If you need to like get off height, you can use that to get off height. All right, and you can also do a move while using the bounceable surface to get off height. All right, let me just show you that real quick. So you know that there's a fight somewhere down there, you want to get down there, or let's say you didn't know. All right, and you want to get down there. All right, so let's say you do this. No, I keep messing that up, give me a sec. You can actually do this. All right, you lose stamina if you do that though, but if you just drop normally, you won't lose any stamina. All right guys, so that's just a little information. It should be known. It's very simple but really effective. Use bounceable surfaces to get off height to maintain stamina, because stamina is the one of the most important things in this game or in fights. All right, okay guys, so our next lesson is going to talk about using bounceable surfaces, using your elbow drop to gain height immediately. All right, so we all know that we can super jump off this and it won't take us really far. All right, well, let's say we want to go all the way on top of that building. All right, you can actually use your elbow drop on the car to go really high in the air, and most people only use this for attacks, but you can actually use this and get height as well. All right, so let me just demonstrate that real quick. And that's basically what it looks like. All right guys, so if the circle is closed in here and this is the only small piece in the zone, all right, the rest is out, you can actually go in the storm. It only takes it only gives you a countdown, and then you can come here. You'll have height immediately, and you can negate anyone who is trying to come up. Let's say you can do your elbow drop on the edge, or you can use your cyclone or whatever, and you can just basically take height for free. If they're fighting, you know that's a free elbow drop. I know a lot of you guys love doing that shit. All right, so I'm going to give you another example, so give me a sec. So let's say you're here guys at this very common area near the park. All right, I don't even know the name of this place, but it's the water tank here. All right, let's say you want to go on top of this, but you know, usually like everyone would use this. This is the basic way that everyone does it. They use that, they go here, then they have that long climb. All right, if like after you watch this movement guide, probably you're going to be doing it like this. Let me show you real quick. This takes you higher, and then you get a much faster climb from here. All right, but there's actually a much faster way to do it. All right, and it's basically by using your elbow drop on this thing. All right, so let me show you what that looks like. So you go up once, drop on it, then you do this again. Now I actually went above it and fell through the small little hole, so I'm gonna just do it again. And that's basically how you use your elbow drop to take height at the tank. All right guys, so it's a really effective method. You guys should practice it, use it in different areas. Go around the city and see different areas where you can use it and where it would be useful, but it is an option. All right guys, So that's it for using your elbows to take height. Alright guys, so this is another small tip, but it's actually really effective. Alright, so let's say you're climbing the building. Alright, normally there's a guy on top waiting for you to attack you, and you know that when you reach the top you basically grab onto the ledge and you boost over like that. Alright, so there, you can actually super jump that. Alright, just to escape whatever he's trying to do. So you'd go up and you would do that. Alright, and go above him. That's actually a really useful thing. Like I said, if there's a guy up here and then you basically reset the neutral, you're going to fight. All right, and you can do whatever you want. It's just an option, and I just wanted to show you guys. All right, so there's this little thing you do when you get on top of a ledge. You can actually super jump it. That's basically the lesson here. All right, so use it more. It is actually really effective because it's very common for people to come up here and camp on building tops and watch you when you're trying to climb up, and then they would try and do something to get you down. All right, or to stop you from advancing. So that's just an option. All right, super jump ledges because it is an option. All right guys, so our next lesson, and this is going to be our final lesson, all right, it's going to talk about how to deal with fall damage. All right, and like I said, fall damage is basically when you land, you get that ugly animation, you lose all of your stamina. All right, now this is if you don't have any other options. I'm about to do a video talking about like advanced tech in this game. All right, it's going to talk about different stuff, especially like ways to get off height. I hope you guys check that out. It will be out in a few days, but for now we're actually going to talk about getting off height without anything. All right, you don't have any bounce pad, you don't have any special abilities, because you can use some of your special abilities to get off, and you can't get on the building there. There's no building, there's nowhere to grab onto, there's no bounceable car. All right, so there's another way to do it. So when you jump, all right, and you're falling and then you're about to hit the ground, if you do your super jump input, you are still going to lose your stamina, but you should be able to move immediately. All right, or it should bounce you forward and then it will recover faster. All right, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it can be depending on the situation. All right, so let me just demonstrate it real quick. And that's basically what it's going to look like. All right guys, like I said, you still lose your stamina, you still get winded, but you can move immediately, and in some cases you avoid that that ugly animation where you have to blow air in yourself. All right, it doesn't work from every height. All right, because if you're much farther up, let's say like City Hall building, that one over there, you're going to get a different effect coming down, because you're going to be coming from so high. You're actually going to look like a meteorite, so you can't escape the animation in that case. All right, but in some cases, let's say you're getting off a building like this one, this isn't really like a high building or anything. All right, so you can escape a lot of stuff with that one. It's going to look like that coming down. All right, you're going to escape losing even stamina totally. All right guys, but coming down for something like the tank, you are suspected to lose some stamina, but you can negate the animation. All right, so it only comes down to learning the timing. All right, but that's everything for this guide, everyone. That was just some advanced movement stuff that I think you all should learn. Implement some of these in your gameplay. If it doesn't all work for you, that's fine, but it's only good to know that you have the information. All right, and this stuff can make you a lot more deadlier. It can make you win a lot more games, like I said. So just practice it. If you have anything that you would like to add, leave me a comment down below. If you like this video or if you learned anything, give it a like, subscribe, and have a great day guys.